Hello everyone, welcome to my art studio. This is where I do all my work. Here's my materials, my pets, it's my easel. Today what we're going to do, we're going to be making a painting that I'm sure you're familiar with. This is Vincent van Gogh's Cypress landscape. And one of the things that we're going to be focusing on today is texture. So here we go. The materials you're going to need are paper, pencil, and if you have it, pastels or crayons. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you're going to draw a line. This is where the grass is on the bottom, okay? And then another line, this is where the wheat fields are. We're going to make a line for the hills in the background. And then a line for the mountains. Then what we need to do is we're going to add the cypress tree. And Vincent van Gogh always liked these cypress trees. They're wavy and curvy. Next you're going to make a bush. Give it some edges to it. Okay, and that's about all we need with the pencil. So I'm going to get out my pastels. And I'm going to start with some green. And like I said, you can use pastels, you can use crayons. And I want you to work on texture. So I'm going to start off by making some lines with my green. And I'm going to keep these lines about the same, going in the same direction, a little bit of a wavy line all the way across the bottom. Okay, like this. Then I might go back and maybe add another shade of green or yellow. All the way across. And make sure you're using lines, because remember we've talked about Vincent van Gogh, and Vincent van Gogh loved to make his pictures look like they were moving. Lots of action. He was an expressionist. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to work on the wheat fields. So this is where the wheat is. And this time, I'm going to make my texture go this way. And you can choose whatever type of line you want to make. Just make sure that while you're doing it, you're making lines, not coloring. Now normally Vincent van Gogh would be painting this with oil pastels, with oil paints, sorry. But we're going to use oil pastels or crayons because that's what we have at home. Okay. So I'm also going to add another color to this. I'm going to add some yellow. Right on top. Does not have to be perfect. All right, so the next thing we're going to work on is our tree. And the tree, the cypress tree, we're going to give this some squiggly lines. I'm using a bluish green for my squiggly lines. And I'm also going to use some other colors. So kind of like an S-shaped line. Okay, and then maybe another green. More squiggly lines. Don't forget, no coloring. Completely different type of artist. And then I think I'm even going to add some black. It really makes it stand out. All right. All right, next thing I'm gonna work on, I guess while I'm at the greens, I'm going to do the bush. Again, try to pick a different type of line. Maybe this time the S's go sideways. It's all about it looking like you could feel it, like it has texture. Okay, another color, another shade of green, maybe a light green. If you're using crayons, you can always add yellow. You can always add some blue. Let me show you. I'll add some blue. Blue and green always works good together. Let it overlap a little bit. Makes it look more realistic. Okay, like that. I might even add a little bit of black to this one. Okay, and then the next layer, this layer right here, is going to be some more hills, which I'm also going to use some green. Like this, and this. A little bit of green here. Another direction. See how I did these in this direction, these in this direction, these in this direction? Makes the painting look very active, which is kind of the idea. It gives it lots of texture. Okay, always try to use at least 2 shades. So this could also be blue, yellow. Could put some black in it if you want. Trying to use some more natural colors. Okay, and then the last part is the mountains. And you could use, let me think, purple, you could use blue, you could do maybe a mixture of the two. Again, I'm going in another direction and using lines. Okay. Let me find a purple. I always have purple crayons at home. You can even add a little bit of white over this. Let it blend a little bit. See how it's blending? Okay. And let me think, maybe a little bit, a little black in there, like it stand out too. And then the very last part is the sky. And the sky is pretty incredible. It's a busy sky. It's kind of like what it looks like out today. Cloudy, windy. So you can use blues. Vincent van Gogh has some greens in it. Give it some clouds. And I'm gonna just go around and around like this to make it look cloudy. Like big puffs of clouds. Okay. I'm gonna add some green to that. Let's see what green. I like this one that I dropped here. Some green in there. You know, and one of the things that you want to do, you want to fill up the entire page. Artists don't usually leave white spots. So this time I'm using like a C type of shape to give it that texture. Like a C. all the way around. Okay, and then let's see, maybe a lighter blue. Add some more C's. Keep building up your color, getting rid of all that white, all the little white spots. And let me see, one more. I think I'm gonna put some yellow in here. Brighten it up. Now, if you had paints and you were using crayon and pastel, you could always take the paints and then paint over this to give it some more color. But if you don't, which is fine, you can just leave it like it is. It's turning into a pretty cool picture. More C's. This time I'm using some white. Okay, and there we have it. There's my Vincent van Gogh Cypress painting. And I'm going to show you the actual painting again. There's the actual painting made with oil paints. And then the one that I did with oil pastels. Thanks for joining me.